For this assessment, I'll be focusing on Orson and the Castle, 2.5 years old. So in this slide, you can clearly see that his language skills for communication are developing. He's replying to questions, asking questions, repeating words to his father, actively listening, awareness of bodily needs, and imaginary play skills that Orson is on the castle. Language development, cognitive development, and physical development are essential in all ages, but between the ages of 0 to 4 years, this is when you begin to see drastic changes every day as children begin repeating words, learning new words, and communicating. Lev Vygotsky identified 3 stages of language development, which are evident in this scenario. I will be focusing on the initial stage where children begin to use external speech to communicate with others. This stage begins at the age of 2. The second stage of development, where children begin to add self-talk and offer themselves instructions, begins to make sense of their actions. This stage beginning at age 3. And the third stage of development, Lev Vygotsky noted, which is when children begin to internalize language, allowing cognitive development to occur. For this scenario, I'll be focusing on Orson. According to Lev Vygotsky, he would fit into his first stage of language development. Orson is 2.5 years old and is spending time outdoors with his father, engaging and communicating to the best of his ability by answering questions and repeating words back to his father. Orson seems comfortable in his environment and demonstrates an awareness of his surrounding. Orson shares discussion and uses his fingers to point at different items when communicating. Orson is outdoors with his father, getting held in his arms. Or, would you like to go on top? Questions Orson's father. Yeah, Orson replies. Orson's father then continues to extend the question, asking him would he like to sit on top. Orson replies again with one single word, yeah. Orson's father begins to count up from 1 to 3, and in the video you can begin to see Orson preparing to sit on the castle. This shows his understanding of numeracy and the ways that numbers can be used. Orson points at a hole in the castle and he questions his father what that is, demonstrating his inquisitive nature and curiosity of his surroundings. Orson displays language skills that are developing as he tries to put sentences together using 2 or more words. Orson's language development stage clearly aligns with the early learning years framework as he shows cognitive skills, language skills, and physical development. Orson demonstrates an interest in what is occurring around him and his love for the outdoor environment through smiling and sharing this time with his father. So this was just aligning what he's using his fingers, discussing the ideas of what he would like for his dinner, showing interest in discussions, and his inquisitive nature. So strategies and activities to extend language and literacy development. Language and literacy development is vital in all people, but especially in children. For the purpose of this task and the implementation of language and literacy development in the classroom, the focus was on Reggio Emilia. The philosophy is one of the highest regarded early childhood education approaches throughout the entire world. Reggio Emilia believed that these approaches could be influenced and interpreted differently across different cultural contexts, using the different influences around each setting. The Reggio Emilia approach to education is based on a social constructivist model. Reggio Emilia approach to education is created key principles that would then shape the education, no matter where in the world. Principles such as collaborative relationships, the environment, the roles of the educator, and the image of the actual child. To use Reggio Emilia's influence in the activities documented in the PowerPoint, the principles need to be considered and how they will play a part in the education and development of language and literacy to the children. Creating a theme for the room will instantly create an inviting environment that will be appealing and exciting to see, using different play spaces such as quiet books, areas, costumes for imaginative play, and even opportunities to shape the environment through large group projects to create castles or small individual projects such as creating their own costume will create a sense of belonging within the room. You can also use recycled items to influence on sustainability. The Early Learning Years Framework, Belonging, Being, Becoming discusses children learning through play. Play-based learning assists children with making sense of their world as they engage in experiences such as imaginative play, using lifelike representations such as food, dress-ups and other objects. As the child begins to make connections between experiences through play, they are learning skills and educators begin to see their language skills develop. When creating the environment for the child, the educators need to support the children's interests and provide the best experience to encourage the children's language and literacy development.